New Year's Eve on into that day. And I looked around in my apartment and it was quiet. And I said, Guy's not there. I don't have my baby with me, who would have been born in August. I said, I'm by myself. And I said, you know what? I'm okay with that. So from then on, I have been on this journey to really explore who I am, because I don't care what anybody says. Grief changes you. It comes with a whole bunch of byproducts, which anxiety is one. So you have to learn who you are now with these byproducts. And you have to learn how to not let those issues take control over you. You have control over those things. So I looked and tried to find tips on how to really manage your anxiety, and I try to apply those to my life. So a lot of what I've been doing lately is deep breathing, and I will advertise for them for free. I have been anyway. The Calm app. Those who follow me on Instagram have seen my posts about the Calm app. I love them so much. But they have this amazing thing called bedtime stories. I'm 28 years old and I still like to hear stories before I go to sleep. Actually, the last guy I was with, I would tell him, or I would ask him, tell me a story. And I really like that because it does something for me. It calms me down. Because I had a very hard time sleeping. Sometimes I still do. And it's not just because of grief or the anxiety because of the grief. It is because anxiety from work. Those who follow me on Facebook hear me talk all the time about blah management. Blah management is stressful. I call it blah management because I don't want to say the name, because I do talk about some of the phone calls that I get, some of the people that walk in my office and all that kind of stuff. So just to be safe, I just say blah management. So that's stressful. Life in general, being an adult, adulting is stressful. So anxiety comes with that. So aside from grief, life in general is stressful. So to have life and then add grief on top of it, it's crazy. So the Calm app, not only does it have bedtime stories, which has some of the amazing people that I love, like Bob Ross, the painter, he has him painting on there and he talks just like his show. Puts me straight to sleep. Not because he's boring, his voice is just so daggone soothing. But they also do meditation, they have music. So it really has encouraged me, and they have plans where you can follow this plan for like 7 days, 5 days, however long, and it teaches you the importance of deep breathing. And that's one of the things that I found was deep breathing, just and counting each one. And that, I kid you not, has been so helpful. Even sitting in my office, especially with this, stress balls, they work. I don't really understand the whole scientific part about it. I don't know if there is a scientific part to it, but it does help me. But this, along with deep breathing, works wonders. And I'm thankful to work in an office where I can just close my eyes and just breathe, and everybody's like, okay, I'm gonna leave Stephanie alone for a little bit. So I am not the type of person, so I did actually take medicine at one point in time. I wanted to try it. I'm not a person that really likes taking medicine because I don't like being addicted to anything. And unfortunately, with the medications for anxiety, depression, and all of that, not saying that there's anything wrong with it. If you need to, please do. I would rather you be on it than listen to me, because again, Stephanie is not a doctor. Everybody repeat with me. Stephanie is not a doctor. This is strictly my opinion. I'm talking about me. I personally do not take medication. I don't like it. When I did take it, I asked my fabulous OBGYN about it. And hi Stan. I asked her, I told her everything that was going on, and she knew about my miscarriage and the guy and work. And so she said, okay, well, I'm going to give you this. And so before I even left, or I went to go pick it up, and before I even left the parking lot, I took 2. Worst mistake ever, because where I was about 30 minutes from my house. And I was a zombie driving. I actually went to Sonic because I all of a sudden wanted a chili cheese foot-long hot dog. Crazy. Don't ask me why. Just crazy. So I called my mother to keep me focused, and I told her what happened, told her what I took and how many I took, and she's like, oh God. So she actually talked with me until I got safely home. So I don't like that feeling, and I don't think I finished the bottle. I was actually passing them out, and I know you're not supposed to pass out prescription drugs, but I didn't want to take them, and I felt bad wasting them. So I was like, here, if anybody wants these, feel free to have them. I don't like being addicted to stuff, so that's why I didn't do it. But I like the Calm app. Really has helped me get into meditation, and as I said, the deep breathing has been a huge help to me. And when I think, and when I meditate, I think about, I am a person who believes in God. I don't go to church every Sunday, but I do believe in God. And so when I sit back, I close my eyes and I breathe, I think about the Word of God and all of the promises He's made, and all of the things that He has done for me. So that helps me. That focuses my mind on the good and not on the bad. Practicing self-care. Many of the products that I make promote self-care. The whipped body butter, the bath salts, the hand sanitizer, the room deodorizer. Even those have oils in them to promote healthy minds, all kinds of stuff. So that's why I got into this business, and that's why I wanted to make products, because self-care, and I know we hear that a lot, and it's not all about self-care, but it is important. And sometimes it is about taking a bath, because sometimes that's the only time you have to yourself. That's the only time that you have to just sit and be still. So I highly recommend people take the time to just take a bath and take a nap. Take a bath, rub yourself down with my whipped body butter, and take a nap. I highly promote that, because it's needed. The body needs rest. The body needs to turn itself off, but just not think so much, or not be as active as you are on a daily basis. You need that. Funny thing, another tip that I found that was really funny was eliminate soda. I guess because of the caffeine. So I guess that would mean anything with caffeine in it, because that does increase your heart rate. And so I can kind of see that, but I thought that was kind of funny. They really targeted soda. Because a little Coke every now and then, I love an ice cold Coca-Cola. You can't beat it, but I have cut it out because I am trying to lose weight. And that's another thing. So because of the anxiety and the stress and the depression that I experienced after my miscarriage, I did gain weight because I was eating, or I wasn't eating. So my body was storing the food that I did eat for later. So there was a lot of different reasons why I gained weight. And so I looked myself in the mirror. I was like, I don't like what I see. And it's not necessarily that I'm trying to look like anybody else. Well, I'm not at all. But I just don't feel like me looking like this. I think I'm beautiful no matter what. But this isn't me. And so I'm getting back to exercising. I hired a trainer, and the exercising has really helped my mind. So I would suggest working out or doing what you can. I work out with my trainer twice a week, on Wednesdays and Fridays, and on Tuesdays and Thursdays I do Zumba for however long I can, and it's in my house because I don't want people to see me jiggle quite yet. I have to wait till I get down a little bit more. And then on Sundays, I walk. There's a trail near my house by a lake. And so I go there and I walk for about half an hour. So there's a lot of things that I do, but I'm trying my best to feel better about myself. And even if I don't get down to, a size 8 or whatnot, as long as I feel better, that's really my goal. It's not to look like these Instagram models or whatever. It's really just to feel better, to have more energy. And that's what I'm experiencing already. So I kind of already hit my goal. So I'm really excited about that. I have gotten rid of a lot of clutter, not only physically, but mentally. I've let go of a lot of friends. And that was the hardest thing. I've let go of a lot of friends. I have stopped responding to toxic people that try to come back in my life. I don't let them back in. So I'm making a lot of changes because those things cause me anxiety, and I'm ready to get rid of it or really manage it to the point where it's not managing me, I'm managing it. So I have really, really, really done my best to get rid of those things, that clutter, that unnecessary junk that I don't need, that has really added or aided anxiety staying in my life. I don't want it. I have also, so last two things real quick. I have planned trips. So I have gone on trips. I surprised my grandmother not too long ago. I drove all the way to Indiana. I have taken a trip to a completely different city. So I just moved to North Carolina about 3 years ago. And so it's a pretty big state. So there are things that I haven't seen. So I'm planning to explore it more. I want to see the mountains. I want to actually go to the beach and stay longer than 20 minutes because the last time I went to the beach, I had hurt my foot. I sprained my ankle and my foot. So it wasn't very enjoyable, and I stayed there for 20 minutes. So I actually want to go to the beach and have fun. So those things like planning different events, planning different trips has really helped me, and it's not as stressful as I thought it would be. I love traveling alone. I do have protection to protect myself, but that gives me a lot of peace. Not having to worry about somebody else's schedule or they not wanting to do what I want to do. I just cut that out. I just go by myself. And I don't know if it's because I'm a Pisces or what have you, but I really, really, really love being around water. So water really soothes me. So anywhere where there's water, like the beach or a lake, like the trail that I like to walk on Sundays is by a lake. So sometimes I go and sit by the water and just let my problems flow out with the current. It's just amazing to me. And then the last thing, where to go? Oh, go to bed early. That doesn't always happen, but especially during the week. But the weekends, I don't have any kids. I don't have anything to really keep me up. So for me, being a single person, it does help to catch up on my sleep on the weekend, especially Saturdays. Forget about it. I'm not going anywhere. And if I do, it's somewhere real quick. I have been going to different restaurants around me. Brunch is my favorite meal of the day. So I'm finding more places around me to have brunch. So exploring what is around me in Raleigh has really helped me. And again, I love going places alone, so I'll bring a book or I'll bring my laptop and I'll work on something for Life's Melody or